With regard to the ER worker, the emergency response worker, that would be the worker that makes the initial determination whether or not to remove the child immediately.
Yes.
Okay. Is there any difference in funding dependent on whether the child is removed or left in the home when the ER worker goes out to do her preliminary assessment?
In one funding stream, yes. In another, no, because, I'm sorry, I've waited to you.
Which funding stream does it make a difference in, federal or state?
Well, it's federal and state's a combination.
Okay.
And what that is, for example, that would probably be more or less under the foster care, because the foster care funding stream is the actual number of kids you're working with. Okay. The other one, the CWS, is covering staff.
And in foster care, the amount of money the county receives would be higher if the child is actually removed at the emergency response stage.
Because by law, they have to provide, the feds and the state have to provide funding to support that child.
Right. Okay. And if the child's not removed, then you would only get CWS funding if it's like a non-removal proceeding.
Yeah, that has little impact on that.
Okay. So you only get funded for 18 months of reunification efforts.
Right.
Funding at the initial removal. Yes?
Yes.
Then there's also going to be a piece of funding for the CWS overhead associated with that. Yes?
Yes.
And then there is going to be, when we move into family maintenance / reunification, there will be funding for that effort for the first 18 months.
Yes.
And then if reunification is unsuccessful, we'll go to the permanency planning.
Yes.
And there will be another bolus of funding for that.
Generally speaking, yes.
Now, if a child goes off to adoption, for example, there's another bolus of funding that comes in for that.
That's adoptions funding, yes.
And that also has a state and federal component.
Yes.
And part of that funding, a portion of that goes to the general overhead of the agency, correct?
Yes.
And then a part of it would go to actually fund the foster placement.
Yes.